So I'm telling you stuff based off of principle and not theory. All right. So opinions are cool, but let me tell you something. All right, y'all. So what's going on, everybody? This is Taria Vision Avant, and I got this new little microphone thing, so I'm just testing it out. It's really dope because you can plug it right into your computer. It does have the regular lavalier thing, but then, you know, I just really wanted to be fancy and have my Janet Jackson headphones on. Control. I'm a nominee. Yeah, so you know I wanted to have that look. But anyways, let me just get serious. So today we're doing another book review, and I have a package right here. Have another package, and basically just to let you guys know, this is my address. It's a little bit shiny. Next time I'll get like a piece of paper so I can post it right here so y'all can see it. So sorry about that. I'm in a new location and just testing out the different rooms. I probably should be at a different angle because the sun is making this look glossy and whatnot, but whatever. So we're just going to utilize it. But this is my address if you want to send me your book to review, but you can also get the address in the comments below. All right, so with that stated, just to introduce myself, my name is Taria Vision Avant, and what I do, guys, is I show business owners how to make more money. And one of the ways that I help business owners to make more money is I help them to create a book that is designed to sell. 80% of most authors do not make a full-time income with their book, and so my goal is to show you how to have a successful book. So what's up, CEOs? Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt the video, but I need to ask you 3 small favors, okay? 3 favors, just 3. Go ahead and click on the subscribe button so that you can be a part of this movement that we're doing here. And then also click on this bell so that you can be notified whenever a new video drops. And finally, you want to go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That would be so awesome. I would appreciate you. So just go ahead and click on the thumbs up and let's get back to the video. One thing I just want you guys to know in advance, if you send me a biography or a memoir, those are not the kind of books that I actually help business owners to write. I personally believe that every single one of us should create a book that is more so on the basis of how to. You can create or take a portion of your story and put that in the book, but what most people are looking for are how to overcome specific challenges. An example of my book where I share different things of my journey is my book, A 6-Figure Vision. You can actually get a copy of this for free, and I will post the link below. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and handling. So these are the kind of books that I teach. Now, when you send me your review, I'm not reviewing the entire content. What I'm going to be reviewing is your cover is designed to sell, as well as is how does your content look? Because the reason why somebody will make a decision to actually read your book in many situations will be because of the promise that is made. So when I'm reviewing this, that's what I'm looking at, okay? I'm not necessarily going to be looking and reading the entire book. I'm going to try to give you guys some pointers. And if you want me to review your book for free, then you can actually send me a copy again to this address. Now, if you want me to do it privately and not in front of everybody, then you want to make sure that you schedule a strategy session with me. And that'll be another link that I'll include in the comments so you can schedule a 1-hour strategy session with me. So remember, I'm reviewing the cover and I'm also going to look at the content and hopefully give you some tips. Now, this is the deal. I'm not a cheerleader, okay? So this is not here to cheer you on. This is here to make your book better. So do not get upset. And I will also say that some of you guys may not agree, but what I will tell you is this. I have been able to leverage my books, written over 15 different books to get me on stages, to get me in front of audiences, and to make multiple 6 figures in my own business, and that is a coaching business, okay? So I'm telling you stuff based off of principle and not theory. All right, so opinions are cool, but let me tell you something. These opinions or these coaching that I'm going to give you are things that I have done to build a business, okay? So you don't like it, you know, it's okay. You ain't gotta watch the videos. But for those of you who really want to learn how to be effective with your book, this is for you. All right, so you ready to get into this? All right, let's do it. By the way, let's see. So this is from Danielle Batiste. I know that name. I had a student by the name of Batiste. All right, so here we go. So here's the book right here. And let's see, she included a nice little letter for me. Danielle Batiste, and I'm an author, and let go. I have enclosed for your review. Thank you very much. Okay, so awesome. And she is from Bad News, VA. In case y'all don't know what that is, that's also Newport News, home of Michael Vick and Allen Iverson and many other sports legends. So, yeah, definitely. Okay, you know I had to share that. I'm from Virginia, where ain't nothing to do but cook. If you're from Virginia, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So anyways, we're going to get onto this cover. So the title of this book is Winning with Type 2. Let go of my glucose. Winning with Type 2. Danielle Batiste. Okay. So glucose, I'm assuming. Yes, I thought so. Diabetes. So let go of my glucose. So I love the title. And winning with type 2. Now, this is the thing. Most people that are dealing with diabetes, they're probably going to already know what you're talking about. I want to show you the cover right here, though. The only thing is that, it did take me a little bit, not too long, to kind of figure out what the title was, because you were real fancy with the design. And yes, I get it, we want to be creative and fancy, but sometimes, guys, simple is always better. Keeping it simple, sweetie. So while I will say this is very creative, shall we say, because the L and then the L for the glucose, let go, it did take me a little bit of time to figure it out. You don't necessarily have to change it, but I would say that would be one thing maybe you could look at. Now, the next thing is the winning with type 2. Now, I would say maybe even add in winning with diabetes, or winning with type 2 diabetes, or winning with diabetes, or something like that. I would say that just to add a little bit more to it, because there may be a person who maybe doesn't really understand glucose, even though most people, that are dealing with diabetes, they know what that is. But maybe I know someone who has diabetes and I don't really put that together right away. So I would maybe add in winning with type 2 diabetes, or just winning with diabetes. Okay. But first of all, this is very good. And the reason why this is very good is because I already know, by looking at the title alone, I know exactly what this book is about. This is so important. I also know what the promise is. And the promise of this book is that you're going to teach me how to win with diabetes. Now, the question is, how many steps? You could even add that in. If you have a specific number of steps in here, you can definitely do that. All right. So now we're going to flip over to the back cover. Here is the back cover, and here is her beautiful picture. Yes, honey. Very good picture. That's very pretty. You're very beautiful. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that I like how you do have the different paragraphs, right? You have the different paragraphs. And then it says, author Danielle Batiste shares her journey of life with type 2 diabetes diagnosis. Danielle is a woman with a heart to serve others, and she does exactly that with her authenticity and truth about her journey. Now, what I do love is that, you do have some testimonials of people that have actually read it, which is pretty dope. But I would also maybe include in the book some information on what they can expect. Now, if this is a straight up biography, as y'all know, I don't recommend that. Now, I recommend that in your introduction, in your conclusion, even within the chapters, yes, you can share your story. But the truth is that most people, what they want to know is, I just need the steps. Can you just give me the steps so that I can overcome these challenges as well? So one of the things I would include, like on the back cover, is to include in this book, these are some of the things you're going to learn. How to manage it, how to overcome it, maybe bullet points. Let me give you an example. I'm going to put my book side by side. As you can see, I have bullet points. I have, different colors as well on the back cover. I have, you have your image, which is fine, but you want to include that. And another thing that you want to include on your cover that you're always going to hear me talking about is contact information. You see, I have my websites and I have my social media. I don't say social media, but it's kind of pretty much, people will just guess because I have the @ sign. So @Vision Avant. So you want to have your contact information on your cover. You may not have everything. And also, let me just tell you, don't use any domains you do not own or emails that you do not own, like Gmail. Don't put that in your books. You need to purchase your own custom emails, domains, etc. But you should have that on your cover. All right. So now I'm going to flip open the book. And she has a lot of images in here. Another great thing I will say about the book is I love the formatting. Yes, ma'am. If anybody knows me, you know I love a good, nice spacing. Some people say, well, it's very spaced. I don't. Look, let me tell you something. The easier it looks to read, the more people are going to read it. Okay. If you make something that's really small spaced and small fonts and things like that, people, they're going to be like, woo, child, this looks like it's a hard read. And it's crazy because subconsciously that's what we'll believe. Even if it could be elementary level words, but because the font is not, it's going to look hard. Right. So anyway, so I love the layout, table of contents. So this looks like this is your story. So if I'm looking at the table of contents, it's looking like it's about her story. What I would personally recommend, Danielle, is to make this even more of a content, because I will tell you, looking at the book, you do have a lot of images. You do have some fill in the blanks and things like that. Like, what are your numbers? I would break these down into specific chapters. So yes, you have things where you have a bad day and stuff like that, but you've got some stuff that are pretty dope chapters. Like, you have some that could be a chapter. So like, I'm looking here where you have your diagnosis. So maybe you can have, so this is about overcoming. So maybe you can have a chapter about what happens when you're diagnosed, and you can share a portion of your story, but then also give some tips for other people to know what happens or what they can do when they're diagnosed, right? And then you can say, you can have a chapter talking about how to, combating diabetes, and you can share your story, but then you also give them some specific steps of things they need to do, how to be able to raise awareness or whatever, right? So you want to create some additional chapters, which will help to give you some more content and give you a little bit more space. Now, even though that this book is 62 pages, I still would sell it for $20. Okay. A lot of times people think because their pages, you have less pages, there's less value. No, just because there's less pages, it doesn't mean you have less value. It just means that you went straight to the point. Okay. But what I will say is that it does look like it needs to have a little bit more chapters, or at least a better breakdown of what's in the book in your table of contents. So let me give you an example. I want you guys to see in my book, A Six-Figure Vision. And a lot of times I may refer to my book. I hope you guys are okay with that. But see right here, as you can see, I have different chapters. What does freedom mean? Take responsibility, visualize your future. So you want to give some specific steps. And even within these chapters, let's say you do want to still tell your story, you can, but make it so that it's not just only about you. Because let me tell you something, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And where you care is how you're helping them in their situation. It's not, it's not just about you. It's got to be about helping that other person. And so I'm going to add that maybe you do add some chapters, but you have stuff in here that you could really make Did I say wine? Yes, I did, girl. Hello. Enjoying a glass of wine. I love wine. It's wine time. Okay. Look, I caught that quick. But yeah, definitely. And so you do have some stuff here too with fill in the blanks, which is always fun to do with your books, which actually is a really cool thing to do, because let's say you want to do speaking engagements and you want to sell your books. You have your book in front of you and say, on page, whatever page it is, right? On page, you can actually go in, and everybody, I want you, whoever has a copy of my book, you can go ahead and write this stuff in. And the final thing I will say is the imagery that you have within your books. Let me see if you guys will be able to see it. Okay. So you can't really tell as much, but the images are kind of fuzzy, and, you need to get high definition 300 DPI images. Even like this, if you can't tell by just looking in the video, but when I'm looking in the book, it's a little bit blurry. And so I would recommend that you definitely want to get you some better high definition images for the inside of your book, especially because we want this to look, super crisp, right? So definitely 300 DPI are the images that you want. And many times, whoever you printed it with, a lot of times these printing companies, they'll even let you know, like, you've got some images that are kind of low quality and you want your images to be of high quality. Now, if it doesn't really bother you much, or if it's like, a simple image, that's cool. But I do recommend that you want to have some higher definition, like this one right here, this image of a trophy. While it looks pretty cool on the camera, I can see that it's not a PNG, which means that it has a transparent background. So you would want one to be transparent, crispy, and real super professional. So that is going to be my tips for you. But congratulations, Danielle. I mean, honestly, you're off to a great start, but I definitely want you to make this book more of helping the reader, giving them specific instructions, figure out how you can take these stories, your story, break it into 5 chapters or so, 5 or 7 or 10, and you want to be able to then give some additional instructional information, which you kind of do, but go into a little bit more detail if you can. All right. By the way, guys, if you want me to review your videos, if you want me to review your book, I ain't asking for you to review my video, okay? But if you want me to review your book, don't forget, please ship to this business address right here, PO Box 542-195, Houston, Texas 77254, and I would be glad to review your book on our next video. All right. And if you want to get help with writing your book, if you want me to help you with your current book, because this is the thing, just because the book is printed don't mean it can't be made better. A lot of people say, well, I already wrote my book. Well, honey, if it ain't making you 6 figures, then you need to holler at your girl. Hello. Make sure that you go ahead, first of all, join my webinar. I have a free webinar, guys, that can get you started. I can show you how to turn your book into 3 streams of income. I can also get you started with writing your book. Go to my webinar, abookin30days.com, or you can schedule a 1-hour coaching session where I'll look at your book and review it for you by going to visionstrategysession.com. All right. Other than that, my darlings, it has been a privilege and a pleasure, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces. Congratulations. That was me winking.